Alrighty then, back to our regularly scheduled programming. We got a classic breakdown of an MLB game. One of the craziest games I've seen this year, if I'm being honest. So Christopher Sanchez is on the bump. I've already done this recording once, but my microphone was off. So we're going to try to speed through it a little bit because I think I know what I'm saying a little better now. Luis Matos is at the plate. We got bases loaded, was no outs, but he got a K, so that's great. And now he's just looking for the double play. And you know what? It's Christopher Sanchez. If he gets one thing at all times, it's ground balls. He has more ground ball outs than anybody on his team. Today, he had 8 strikeouts and 12 ground outs, only 2 flyouts. Nobody hits the ball in the air off this guy. So just like everybody else, Matos is going to ground out, but Trey Turner can't hold on to it. Bryson Stott is going to pick it up, and he's still going to get an out. But the first run of the game is going to score. That's San Francisco's first run. Definitely on us. Now, the next inning, third inning, 1 out. Now Devers is up. Devers is going to sky this. This is going to be hit above the lights. Still daytime. It doesn't matter. But Stott goes out. Can't track it. Castellanos can't come get it. But Castellanos was at least heads up enough to get up, throw this ball into second. Rafi Devers is only going to end up with a single. I think anybody hustling out of the box would have been halfway to second. Maybe would have been a close play. I would say all fast guys would have definitely been on second at this point. But we're lucky that, 1, Devers had no interest in running out of the box. And 2, that Casty heads up, picked up the ball right away, threw it into second. Rafi stays at first. Then, let me warn you. Matt Chapman is about to hit this ball on the absolute screws. About to hit this ball about 120 miles an hour, it looks like. And Brandon Marsh is about to make a middle school play on this ball. And I understand line drives are difficult to read. As a ball player myself growing up, I understand that line drives can be knuckling in the air. These are Major League Baseball players. And as somebody who watches Major League Baseball on a daily basis, I can say that this is one of the worst attempts at a line drive I have seen all year. And you know what? They're not going to score a run off it. Matt Chapman, deep. All turned around, can't make the catch, but it bounces up and over. I know Chapman's pissed. Now, Rafi can't score because he has to stay at third. Christopher Sanchez is going to end up getting out of this inning. Now, last thing I want to point out on this clip. Christopher Sanchez does not have the third out in the third inning yet, and he is at 54 pitches. So at minimum, he's going into the fourth inning at 55 pitches. I think he ends this inning somewhere between 59 and 60, somewhere along those lines. Christopher Sanchez is going to end up finishing the 7th inning. He throws his 105th pitch of the game to strike out Devers in the bottom of the 7th. He ends up going the distance as a starter. Absolutely crazy performance out of him today. He's hyped coming off the mound, and I would be too. I was hyped watching it. Christopher Sanchez is out here doing the damn thing day in and day out. Okay, now let's get to the umpiring because I think this was an important tide that turned in the game. So it was 1-1 in the top of the 8th. The Phillies are hitting, and Bryce Harper is up against Tyler Rogers. Now, this is the regular strike zone here for anybody who doesn't really look at game day that much. This is the regular strike zone, and then this is the 2-inch shadow zone, which all of this is a ball. It just means it's a close pitch. That's really all it means. It's if the umpire was graded on this game, which I'm sure he was, then this pitch up, then the pitches that are in the shadow zone, technically he's not getting docked for because they're close enough and could be missed, but technically it's still a wrong call. And Bryce Harper's going to have 1 way out, called strike, 2 way out, called strike. So that changes the whole complexion of the at-bat. He's 0-2. The Phillies dugout's going wild at this point. Then he's going to foul off 3, almost get hit by 4, foul off 5, and eventually ground out on number 6. So, but Bryce Harper's, the Phillies are already pissed because these 2 pitches were absolutely horrible and called strikes. Now, why do I bring this up? Because fast forward to the bottom of the 8th, and you have Orion Kirkring on the mound, trying to get through this 8th inning and keep it tied going into the 9th. So he already has Chapman 0-2 here. Okay. Now, the strike zone's been big, and a lot of umpires have big zones. And I think a lot of ball players, they don't hate the fact that umpires have big zones. They want consistent zones. So if the outside corner is going to be a strike all game, then it's going to be a strike all game. If if the pitch in the shadow zone 2 inches out from the outside part of the plate is going to be a strike, have it be a strike all game. I know I have to swing at that pitch if I don't want it to be called. So knowing we have a big zone, Kerkering goes for the strikeout and throws strike 3. Then he throws strike 4. Then he throws strike 5. None of which were called strikes. All 3 called balls. The dugout's going bananas at this point. Look at the game day for this one. These are clearly in the box down here, and this one is at least touching. I mean, all 3 of these are much, much closer pitches than the other one. Patrick Bailey, I guess, did a better job at framing than JT, or Phil Cuzzy is just not seeing the other side of the plate now that there's a right-handed hitter up. Not sure what the deal is, but Phil Cuzzy absolutely selling. Caleb Coffin's pissed. I can't blame him. He's the pitching coach for the Phillies. And then why does it matter? Because Matt Chapman's going to sneak this one through the hole after that long at-bat. After striking out 3 times, San Francisco is going to end up scoring 3 runs in this game. They're going to win this game 3-1 just based off of this inning where they scored those other ones. Finally, the last thing I want to point out from this game is JT Realmuto, who saw a million pitches in the top of the 9th, absolutely making Doval work. He walked Max Kepler to start the inning on 4 pitches, and then he didn't get to the 3rd batter until 20 pitches into this AB. I mean, and he's 0-2 to start. Foul ball. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 foul balls, 11 pitches total, until he finally hits a humpback line drive up the middle that just doesn't get over the second baseman's head. And there's no justice in this game, as Ruben Amaro said after that. Put up a valiant fight and ended up lining out to the second baseman.